New tonight, we're following the money in Arizona's U.S. Senate race. And once again next year, our state could decide which party controls the Senate. The field is still taking shape. Senator Sinema hasn't announced whether she'll run for re-election.
Team 12's Bram Resnick joins us now with the story the money is telling us about the candidates.
Yeah, the fundraising is just beginning. Tens of millions of dollars will be spent on this U.S. Senate race. The big donors and the small donors are already telling us who they like.
Let's get one thing out of the way. Is Senator Sinema running for re-election? She routinely refuses to answer.
I appreciate that you have to ask that question. I'm sure your boss told you to do that.
So what does the fundraising tell us? Here's a side-by-side comparison for the first 6 months of this year. Democratic Congressman Ruben Gallego of Phoenix has brought in $6.9 million. Sinema, a prolific fundraiser in the past, took in a little more than half that, $3.8 million. Gallego is far outperforming Sinema with small donors, the seed corn for every campaign. Virtually all of Gallego's haul, $6.6 million, is from individuals. Sinema pulled in just $1.5 million. The story? Democratic small donors have abandoned Sinema since her switch to independent late last year. That's bad news for any campaign. It's a different story for Sinema when you look at money from PACs and other large donors. She raised $1.8 million. Gallego, just $259,000 from labor unions and fellow members of Congress. The story there, Sinema's donor base is the executives at airlines, financial services, and telecom companies that need her vote. On the Republican side, Pinal County Sheriff Mark Lamb lags far behind in fundraising with $323,000 since entering the race in April.
And with a year to go until the primary, the Republican field is far from settled. Meantime, Senator Sinema is expected to make her decision on running by the end of this year. Mark, Caribe?
And Bram, is it likely that part of that decision will depend on how much money she raises?
It might likely depend on a calculation of simply whether she can win, and the slow pace of her fundraising right now suggests she might not be intending to run, but ultimately the decision always comes down to, can she win?
All right, Bram Resnick. Thanks, Bram.